Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing a little junk journal session. The main thing I'm going to be using for the page is my collage sheet for February. This is available over on my Patreon right now. I feel like February's absolutely flown by. Like, I shared a photo of this not too long ago and now we're at the end of February. I printed this off in two different sizes. So I have the A4 sheet, so this is kind of the size I design it as. And then I also printed it off half size, so I just changed the printer settings to say 2 per page, so then it shrinks it down. I have started cutting these out, but this is kind of what it looks like, smaller size. So if you do ever want any of the images in a slightly smaller size, there are ways to do that. And if you really wanted it super tiny, you could probably do it again, like 4 per page and have it a quarter size. But for now, I have it in the A4 size and I've also got it in the A5 size. I'll have a link below to the Creative Journal Club, which is my Patreon, down in the description. So if you do want to get your hands on this page and any of the previous ones I've done, you can go and join the tier down there and it unlocks it for you so you can print it off and use it as many times as you like. Obviously I will be having a March one coming very soon as well. I will probably be dipping into this box of stuff, which is my ephemera box. I've pulled this out a few times, but this is just my box of other random supplies and stuff and things that I have hoarded. So I'll probably be going through that, and I'm also very tempted to use some stamps. I feel like my stamps have been a bit neglected, so it'd be nice to use those. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But for now I will be using mainly the collage sheet, and I think I'm going to go with one of the prompts as well, so I'll have a little like tip in or pocket or something, so I can do a little bit of journaling and put it in there too, because I quite enjoyed doing that last time. This is one I did for last month, so I cut out the prompt from the sheet and stuck it on here, and then obviously I just added my journaling below it. But yeah, my brain's obviously steering towards pink because there's a lot of pink on here, so like choosing one of these pages to do this journaling page on. But I don't know, I'll have a little flick through and figure out which page I want to use. The first thing I tend to do is just cut out all of the pieces so I have all my options. Some people prefer to just go and choose piece by piece, so they cut it out as and when they need it, which is completely fine too. I'm just someone who enjoys the fussy cutting and having all my pieces like ready to just be stuck in. So I'm going to cut things out first and then, yeah, see where to go from there. I am going to get started and I will speak to you again at the end of the video. the page here. I didn't go too crazy with this one. I wanted to add the prompt obviously, and I didn't end up using the cutout. I actually wrote it out instead. And the thing that I wrote about was to do with films and just like having little film nights to myself. So that's why there's a little popcorn sticker on there. It obviously fit very well with a little me time image, and I've just kind of decorated around it with some of the other smaller pieces. I added this little pocket that I found in my ephemera stash, and I was gonna leave it just as like a cut, like a straight cut pocket, but it was kind of a faff to put things in the pocket, so I cut out a little semicircle. Is it semicircle? Half circle? I cut out a little nook so I could easily put things in and out the pocket. In the background I stamped the word relax. I had a really cool little relax stamp that I've not used in ages, and I stamped it the same colour as the background because I didn't want it to stand out. I wanted it to just become the background, if that makes sense. I didn't want it to be too overbearing. This writing did come out a little bit too overbearing. I wasn't expecting the brush pens to be quite so soft, so they were quite tricky. Like I'm used to a brush pen being a little bit harder, so then you can't blob it as much. So yeah, I had to write very lightly with this one and it still came out looking very intense. But it is what it is. I might add a photo of one of these little movie nights that I was talking about on the prompt. But I want to try and print it in a certain way, which is why I don't have it now. In 2023 I started this journal where I printed off the photos to look like mini Polaroids. So I have some here that I've not yet put in, but I left like the little bar at the bottom, so if I wanted to add like a little caption or date or something, some sticker or something, then I could do. So I want to do something like that but for this pocket, so I can just pop the photo in with the journaling and it kind of would look like that, so you can kind of get the vision that I'm going for. I just don't have the photo printed, and that obviously came to me as I was doing this journaling session. I need to find a photo for one, or potentially just plan a little movie night and take a photo, and then print it off and make sure I do it in this certain way. I did write down somewhere the sizing and stuff that I need to use on PhotoGrid, which is the app I use to make my photos look like this. I don't know where I put that, so I need to figure that one out. But either way, I'll find a way to make them look like mini Polaroids again. When I was looking at these photos, I obviously flipped through this journal and it made me want to use this one again. And I'm trying to remind myself not to pick up a new journal soon, because this is enough. This journal and the tiny journal and my TN with my creative journal in, that's enough journals for now. I can always backtrack on this. I have these photos, I wrote the dates on the back of them, so I have everything I need to go back to this at another time. It might be one that I'd circle back round to once I've done this junk journal. I don't know. I still have all the bits and pieces for this journal in this box, so I can come back to it whenever. For now, I'm finishing the page here. I'll probably post on Instagram or something if I add the photo in there. I've obviously got a lot of bits and pieces left over, which is great. What I usually do with the leftovers is I will just cut them like roughly out, so I have them like this sort of thing, and then I'll put them in a envelope or a pouch or some sort of storage box thing. And when I fancy doing fussy cutting, because that's something I do enjoy, I'm a fussy cutter, I enjoy fussy cutting, I'll just pull out the box and fussy cut them, so then they just become bits of ephemera that I can just use whenever I want. So yeah, this doesn't go to waste, this does get used. I'll probably do that in a minute before I put everything away. Hopefully you enjoyed this little page coming together. As I said at the start, if you are interested in getting your hands on the collage sheet and the collage sheet from last month and any future collage sheets, make sure you check out the link in my description, which will take you to my Patreon, and on there you can join the Creative Journal Club. The post will be sent to you, so you can get a direct link to where you can download it, and then you can print it as much as you like and use it as much as you like. That's one of the joys of collage sheets. If you have any questions, then be sure to let me know down below and I will get back to you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.